These three ordinary men were.
This might be the smart.
This
might be the smartest girl in the world because she couldn't afford the bus fare for the road. So instead of buying a ticket, she grabbed onto the pole and made sure both her feet would never touch the floor. And soon the people all around started copying too, because she can't get fined at all if she's not standing right. But after that genius little move, she still got no like. This
dad cut the candy so she could be first. The challenge was tricky, but she did the worst. Then he drank her juice to make his girl win, and seeing her happy brought joy to his chin. When choosing a candy, she took the small size, but dad swapped it out for a giant surprise. She looked at the chocolate that
After arguing with her mom, this girl built her own house. But she didn't have much money, so her house was very tiny. As soon as she woke up in the morning, she would go straight to the dining area, where a fridge was placed right next to the table. After drinking some juice there, she would slide down into her study room. But she had absolutely no mood to study. So instead of studying, she started decorating her room.
This girl was skating on ice when a giant slope appeared right in her way. For a second she froze completely, not knowing if she should keep going that day. But instead of turning around, she pushed herself and skated down anyway. The faster she moved, the more her skates kept sliding wildly side to side. And somehow, before she even realized it, she had already crossed the entire slope safely.
He was getting really frustrated with his kids because they wanted to go to the beach almost every weekend. So one day he decided to teach them a lesson and sent them this video. In the clip he fills a bowl with wet sand and brings it close to the ocean water. Then he slowly starts rinsing the sand away, carefully swirling the bowl without spilling anything. His wife watched the whole thing and thought he was just messing around again. But after the sand washed away, he revealed hundreds of creepy sand fleas.
This man hated cleaning his cat's fur, so he thought of something creative. He decided to collect.
This teacher told his students the best student in class was hidden inside a hat. And one by one they looked inside without telling anyone what they saw.
This guy can literally surf on anything and isn't afraid to prove it.
This girl made a huge mistake.
This man literally hadn't touched the ground in 10 years because he thought the floor was lava and would burn him. So whenever he wanted to watch TV, he climbed onto the fridge first, then jumped over to the couch. To get to the bathroom, he moved across the house using doors and walls for support. And when it was time to go back to bed, he did the same thing.
This lady was sitting at her favorite spot, drawing people walking by. She sketched an old man, a boy carrying groceries, another boy with a guitar, and a girl walking her dog. Slowly, all the drawings came together into one beautiful artwork. And when people saw the final result, everyone liked the video.
His owner had taught his small puppy to.
Hey, master, are you?
The classroom door was closed because the teacher was doing a phone check. All the students panicked, but many had hidden their phones in their sleeves. When she came in, things changed fast. One student suddenly shouted, "Wait, where's my $20?" and blamed the teacher. But when she checked his bag, the detector beeped because his phone was in his sleeve. She took it right away. He tried to defend himself.
Who's got the cutest
Betty,
pet on
Betty,
the
Betty,
internet? I have this one, so cute. Who's got the cutest
Betty,
pet on
Betty,
the
Betty,
internet?
Betty.
I have this one, so cute. Who's got the cutest
Betty,
pet on
Betty,
the
Betty,
internet?
Betty.
This guy is the most athletic trash man in the world, because every time he works he runs beside the trash.
This boy wanted to test if the rumors about a monster near this beach were actually real. So he launched his camera deep into the water without thinking twice. But the second the camera sank below the surface, it captured something so strange that no.
This boy had a birthday but completely alone, with no friends to visit or call on the phone. He walked to the river and threw in some food to feed all the fish and to change up his mood.
This is the world's smartest puppy, because whenever his owner gave him food, he would already tell her how hungry he was. And since he looked exactly like a
This guy created a whole new sound after his kids covered his piano with Play-Doh, and although he tried to clean it at first, he wondered what sound it would make, and so he started playing a song, and this is what it sounded like.
While in many countries nothing special is done on New Year's Day, this academy in China celebrates the new year in a complete.
Just because of one tiny error.
This woman saw a huge line for the escalator,
So she started running up the one.
moving the opposite way.
People instantly began cheering. was tired of her boss constantly picking on her every day. So to get back at him, she bought a weird brain cap and zipped it up so it looked just like a normal.
This teacher told the
This boy got trapped inside a giant maze with walls blocking every path. No matter where he ran, another dead. This boy got trapped inside a giant maze with walls blocking every path. No matter where he ran, another dead end stopped him again. After so many failed tries, he almost gave up completely. Then he realized maybe the only escape was from above instead. So he started jumping from block to block, moving fast like a squirrel, and the second he spotted the exit ahead, he sprinted out with all his strength.
This guy made a special design on the ceiling for this wealthy homeowner. But when his client told him the design was too basic, he came up with a genius plan. He grabbed a can of white spray paint and pressed it right onto the ceiling and kept on going until he created dozens of rays. But when the client was confused with what he was creating, he finally revealed that he painted a bright little sun. This guy made a special design on the ceiling for this wealthy homeowner. But when this girl's kung fu is like something out of a movie, her martial arts moves seem almost unreal. She even coordinates perfectly with her brother. Every move is executed flawlessly. But the most amazing part is the video editing. 1 second it's normal, the next it's a super cool action sequence. Her videos deserve a like. This girl's kung fu is like something out of a movie. Her martial arts moves seem almost This girl broke her scooter seat, she vowed to find out. This girl broke her scooter seat, she vowed to find out who did it, whether the culprit was on the road or in the garden. She was determined to find it. First she went home to check, this one was too small, this one was just right. That's the one who broke it, but it's so cute I can't bear to punish it if it gets 2 likes.
This girl came to Dubai for the very first time and wanted to test if the city was really that safe. So she left her gold jewelry on top of the car, then walked to a nearby store to watch what would happen. But somehow nobody even touched the jewelry left outside, and another woman even left her gold ring beside it and walked away. After that, the girl truly believed Dubai was safe. This girl came to Dubai for the very
This girl watched the older kids doing tricks on their skateboard and really wanted to do it too, but she was scared. Even so, she kept trying to overcome her fear, but kept landing on her knees. She refused to give up, and just when everyone thought she had finally done it, she fell again, but it gave her more confidence.
This elderly man said he built a bike so tiny that no one believed him. People gathered close, wondering how it could even work. They stood side by side.
Look closely at this dog and you'll see more than just a pet. He'd carry it in a slipper with a score he won't forget. He marched into the living room with purpose in his stride, a silent little lord.
This little dog. This little dog would rush his food and bite his floppy ears. She watched him hurt himself each day and couldn't hold her tears.
When the two guys started racing, they dove into the water. At first this man looked like the winner, but then everyone began seeing that the other guy was still underwater. To everyone's shock, they began seeing brown spots in the water and something moving really, really fast. Then they followed it, and it was actually the guy who completely crushed his rival. But despite that, no one gave him a like. When these two guys started racing, they dove into the water. At first this man looked like the winner, but then everyone began seeing that the other guy was still underwater. To everyone's shock, they began seeing brown spots in the water and some.
This man was seconds away from losing his job when the giant TV showing football's GOAT suddenly stopped. He had to fix it super fast before his boss came walking past the spot. Meanwhile, all the workers started getting loud because everyone wanted to watch the massive play with the crowd. So he grabbed a suction tool, pulled the screen apart, and swapped the broken panels fast. That's when This is why you should always work smarter, because when these girls took part in a painting competition, the first two painters rushed as fast as they could and left a lot of white spots behind. Everyone thought one of them would easily win, but the girl in red chose to work slowly and carefully. And while the others had to go back and fix their mistakes, she ended up winning the entire competition. This is why you should always work smarter.
If you hate puppies, keep on scrolling now. But if you
This girl saw a broken block on the street and quickly went to buy super glue nearby. She applied it on the block and made it look brand new, then quickly ran to her job interview. She got kicked out for being 2 minutes late and was really sad, but then received the call that she got the job. When she went back, she realized that the block she had saved.
Time for bed, sweeties.
Okay, Mom.
Good night, Mom.
I'll sleep like an angel.
Awesome. Bedtime at last.
Coming through, buddies!
You're being way too loud.
Huh? Really?
Time for bed, sweeties.
Okay, Mom.
Good night, Mom.
I'll sleep.
The boy was trapped in a huge maze, no matter which way he ran.
Time for
The boy.
Look, this girl wanted to see how high her cat could jump. On the first and second try, the cat passed easily.
Wow, so many puppies are getting out of school. Wow, ma'am, these puppies are so...
This girl lost her cat and she missed him so much. This girl lost her cat and she missed him so much. She made a new friend with a soft little touch. She used all the fur and the filling for light to shape every part and to make him look right. The moment she added the eyes to the head, it felt like her kitten was back from the dead. It looked like her cat had come back for a while to fix her broken heart and to make the girl smile.
This family was driving home late at night after vacation when everyone inside the car started falling asleep. But suddenly a white dove flew directly toward the car, forcing the driver to stop. And seconds later, a massive treater sped past, making the family feel like God just saved them. If you love God, this girl tried to fool a shopkeeper in broad daylight, so she hid her credit card inside her mask, grabbed the store's most expensive item, and walked straight to the counter. But when the cashier asked for payment, she lifted both hands like she was praying, then moved the machine close to her face. And the second the receipt printed out, the shopkeeper looked completely confused by what just happened. This girl tried to fool... This boy had to bake a chocolate cake that day, but he was so nervous, almost in a scary way. Instead of using a tray, he worked right on the table, cutting the cake strangely before it looked stable. The manager stood far back, watching from his place, ready to fire him quick before the story could unfold. But later he realized this wasn't a mistake. This puppy was a Japanese very small, everyone thought he wouldn't make it. This puppy was born very small, everyone thought he wouldn't make it at all. Even his mother had left him alone because he was tiny, no bigger than a stone. But this kind man refused to give up. He prepared a little bag for the pup. He washed him gently with just one finger and wrapped him in a soft luxury cloth to linger. But this little fighter still has no fans, so subscribing would help him as much as it can. These kids had just lost their grandma and their dad wanted them to smile again, so he cut open part of the pool in his backyard to create a fun slide with the water. And the kids had the time of their lives, but even after all that, no one gave the father a like. These kids had just lost their grandma and their dad wanted them to smile again, so he cut open part of the pool in his backyard to create a fun slide with the water. And the kids had the time of... This mom tried to pull a prank on her daughter, but the girl had already figured it out. She blew into the hose and blasted flour at her mom. The mother got mad and claimed it wasn't supposed to go like that, so she tried again and started the countdown. But at the last second, the girl turned the hose back on her and everyone gave her a like. This mom tried to pull a prank on her daughter, but the girl had already figured it out. She blew into the hose and blasted flour at her mom. The mother got...
Esta chica llevaba 6 meses preparándose para conseguir dinero para el tratamiento de su padre. El desafío era cruzar 100 metros dentro de este aro sin tocar el suelo. Su madre la entrenaba 5 o 6 horas al día por...
This girl has a particular fondness for making bizarre furniture because she loves hot pot. She made a hot pot sofa one day while cooking eggs. She had a sudden inspiration and created a Gudetama sofa that you can sit on and lie on later while eating instant noodles. She had another brilliant idea and made a 100-fold enlarged instant noodle bucket sofa. This is the craziest challenge of all time because people light a candle and study patiently.
The boy drew a beautiful painting of a girl.
When this girl shouted into the sacred horn, a massive fountain of water rose up easily. Because only those who are pure at heart and blessed by God can make the fountain rise when they shout into it.
I'm tired of you. I bought this t-shirt so you can finally tell whether I'm happy or...
This girl had a genius idea for her name.
Look, everyone told this girl not.
When this girl shouted into the sacred horn, a massive... This woman was trying to feed her cutesy otter, but she accidentally tossed his food so high that it stuck flat against the wall. The little otter tried his best, jumping again and again to reach it. It almost seemed like he wanted to impress her. The woman laughed at the funny scene and kept telling him to stop, but he was too determined.
People keep asking me, what's your dream job? Excuse me.
Look, when the restaurant man...
This little puppy was born so tiny that everyone thought his story would fail. Even his own mother walked far away because he was smaller than a mouse that day. But this kind girl refused to let him go. He made a tiny bath, soft as can be, washed him gently with just one finger, then wrapped him in a soft little blanket with love. But this little... I was done.
This man secretly hides a gold.
When this girl heard that the dragon was given out free,
this girl owns a collection of peculiar dresses.
This girl split her hand sculpt right in half to hollow the center and finish the craft. She cleans out the middle before it gets hot to stop any cracks on the delicate spot. She scoops out the clay so it safely can dry, and firing the shape will not cause it to fly. The pieces go...
This man tied a camera to a transparent cobra snake and let it go just to see where she goes inside that cave where its babies and family were hidden away where no one could see. But when it came out from another hole nearby, many more giant snakes came right into sight. And when it entered another cave full of gold, treasures were so shiny and stories untold, and all this gold goes to those who subscribe. This man tied a camera to a transparent cobra snake. These students had to hit a backflip to graduate from their gymnastics school, but wait till you see what the last one does. They went one by one, flipping in a smooth chain, almost like a wave flowing across the floor. A few of them needed some support, but in the end they all managed to land it. Then it came down to the final student, and the move they pulled off left...
Please.
Her boyfriend made a big mistake when he yelled at her for doing nothing but chewing carrots all day. She had the cutest little bunny teeth and loved carving carrots into the wildest things. When he tried to throw her out, she struck a pose and transformed into a full superhero suit of armor made of carved carrots with glowing red LED eyes. Another day, she bit into a carrot.
When this little girl stepped onto the stage, all the other kids were dancing, but she stood still in silence. Then she told the coach that she was hungry and that's why she couldn't dance. After that, the coach gave her her favorite food, and as soon as she ate...
Look, never make the mistake of setting Look, this girl spent 6 months trying.
When this little girl stepped onto the stage, all the other kids were dancing, but she stood
For years, this 85-year-old grandma has been working at a
When this girl is doing the makeup on her dog, the other one put paws on through all of the fog. She wanted a makeover just like her friend. With mask and powder, she make the look extend. She painted the nails with a polished fade, with lashes and eyebrows and lipstick so red. She has all the charm and she is a delight, in an angel dress shining so pretty and white. When this girl is doing the makeup on her dog, this guy was at dinner and noticed a child who stared at him there with a look that was wild.
This was her first time in a luxury place, and she tried to act calm with a smile on her face. Then the waiter brought a tiny white cube in a box and told her to drop it slowly into the glass. The second, hey.
No way this teacher turned.
This little girl was beyond excited to see her brother again, and rushed over with her arms wide open, ready to give him the biggest hug possible.
As he came closer to his family, she waited happily for the moment to hug him.
But then he surprised everyone by doing this, showing what true sibling love really looks like. This little girl was beyond excited to see her brother again, and rushed over with her arms wide open, ready to give him the biggest hug possible.
As he came closer to his family, she waited happily for the moment to hug him.
But then he surprised everyone by doing this, showing what true sibling love really looks like. This little girl was beyond excited to see her brother again, and rushed over with her arms wide open, ready to give him the biggest hug possible.
As he came closer to his family, she waited happily for the moment to hug him.
But then he surprised everyone by doing this, showing what true sibling love really looks like. This little girl was beyond excited to see her brother again, and rushed over with her arms wide open, ready to give him the biggest hug possible.
As he came closer to his family, she waited happily for the moment to hug him.
But then he surprised everyone by doing this, showing what true sibling love really looks like. This little girl was beyond excited to see her brother again, and rushed over with her arms wide open, ready to give him the biggest hug possible.
As he came closer to his family, she waited happily for the moment to hug him.
But then he surprised everyone by doing this, showing what true sibling love really looks like. This little girl was beyond excited to see her brother again, and rushed over with her arms wide open, ready to give him the biggest hug possible.
As he came closer to his family, she waited happily for the moment to hug him.
But then he surprised everyone by doing this, showing what true sibling love really looks like. This little girl was beyond excited to see her brother again, and rushed over with her arms wide open, ready to give him the biggest hug possible.
As he came closer to his family, she waited happily for the moment to hug him.
But then he surprised everyone by doing this, showing what true sibling love really looks like. This little girl was beyond excited to see her brother again, and rushed over with her arms wide open, ready to give him the biggest hug possible.
As he came closer to his family, she waited happily for the moment to hug him.
But then he surprised everyone by doing this, showing what true sibling love really looks like. This little girl was beyond excited to see her brother again, and rushed over with her arms wide open, ready to give him the biggest hug possible.
As he came closer to his family, she waited happily for the moment to hug him.
But then he surprised everyone by doing this, showing what true sibling love really looks like. This little girl was beyond excited to see her brother again, and rushed over with her arms wide open, ready to give him the biggest hug possible.
As he came closer to his family, she waited happily for the moment to hug him.
But then he surprised everyone by doing this, showing what true sibling love really looks like. This little girl was beyond excited to see her brother again, and rushed over with her arms wide open, ready to give him the biggest hug possible.
As he came closer to his family, she waited happily for the moment to hug him.
But then he surprised everyone by doing this, showing what true sibling love really looks like. This little girl was beyond excited to see her brother again, and rushed over with her arms wide open, ready to give him the biggest hug possible.
As he came closer to his family, she waited happily for the moment to hug him.
But then he surprised everyone by doing this, showing what true sibling love really looks like. This little girl was beyond excited to see her brother again, and rushed over with her arms wide open, ready to give him the biggest hug possible.
As he came closer to his family, she waited happily for the moment to hug him.
But then he surprised everyone by doing this, showing what true sibling love really looks like. This little girl was beyond excited to see her brother